We'll see you guys.
Hi, and welcome to the Golf Channel Academy. I'm Tina Michelson, joined by our very own Golf Channel analyst, Brandel Chambly. Today we're going to be getting back to the basics, simplify. And Brandel, it all starts with the grip and the setup.
It's so important to have a good grip and a good setup, and what this allows you to do is to just move freely, move your hands freely and move your body freely. And the more efficiently you transfer your weight, the better your balance. And the better your balance, the better you play. And as you pointed out, it does all start with the grip, doesn't it, Tina?
It sure does. Now, the grip doesn't have to be confusing. When I start with the beginning student, we go through the basics, but then I find that my more advanced players come back to me, and if there is something wrong with their grip, this is how the grip is always explained. It's as if you're about to shake somebody's hand. That's the angle you want your palm, each palm, to be. Now, what also is very important is this V that is formed by pinching your thumb and your forefingers together. So like you're going to shake somebody's hand, keep the V intact, grab the club, same thing. Now these V's that are formed by pinching that thumb and forefinger together need to remain parallel. And as they are parallel, they need to face the outside of the right shoulder. So you can look down and ensure that those V's are parallel, facing the outside of the right shoulder.
You ought to be able to shoot under par with that grip.
Oh, I do.
A lot of times I'll do clinics and I'll invite people out, and just on the basis of their grip, I can generally tell within a stroke or two what their handicap is. It is so important to have a good grip, and I like to think about the left hand, if you're a right-handed golfer, being the control club. And as a control hand, you need to have a blend, really. It needs to run from the palm of your hand and into your fingers. It needs to run diagonally across the palm of your hand and into your middle joint of your index finger. And the right hand is really the power hand. And therefore, the grip needs to be primarily in the fingers so that you can apply the power. And as Tina pointed out, it is a good rule of thumb to have the V's of both hands pointed generally at your right shoulder. What this allows you to do is freely move your wrists.
Exactly. Now what happens when those V's are not pointed towards the outside of the right shoulder? Let's say they're further left. Now maybe they're facing more towards the middle of the chest area. That is called a weak grip. And what that does is it really inhibits that club face from getting back to square at impact. The ball's probably going to go right.
Oh, you don't want a weak grip. Of all the things that'll set you off or put you off, nothing can do it quicker than a weak grip. It inhibits the amount that you can set your wrists or cock your wrists. And it also, because you can't set your wrists, it causes you to release the club poorly. And in most cases, that means a shot way off to the right.
Yeah, we don't like those.
We don't like those.
We don't like those. To overcompensate, sometimes students will move those V's way, way to the right. So now it's facing further right than the outside of the right shoulder. That is an extremely strong grip. And sometimes I would advise constituting that as just a little quick fix if you're out in the middle of a round. But I wouldn't advise that for a standard rule of thumb grip. So when you get that extremely strong grip, you're going to find a lot of those low duck hooks to the left.
If you're going to err one way or another, at least err on the strong side. And I like Tina, I don't really like to see somebody's grip so strong that you can see 3 or 4 knuckles. But I would rather see it strong than weak. At least with a strong grip, you have the ability to set your wrist. You get into some problems because you have too much flexibility in your wrist, and sometimes you'll set the club in such a way that when you come in, you de-loft it and hit it left, and certainly on a lower trajectory than you would like. So ideally, Tina, you want the grip in such a way that the V's point at your right shoulder, and again, running diagonally from your palm to your joint in the middle of your index finger, and primarily in your fingers of your right hand. Set it up in such a way, and then you can move your wrist and play a lot better golf.
Absolutely. And those are the basics, so you're not thinking about too many technical aspects. These are just a few very simplified basics that will ensure that you have a very solid grip.
All right, how about the setup, Tina? What's the best way to put yourself in a situation where you can move properly?
Brandel, good alignment is so critical to playing good golf.
It is critical, Tina, and seemingly so simple, but it's not. You go to any tour event and you'll see players with clubs laid on the ground, and what they're doing is they're working on their alignment so that they know they can go to the golf course with some confidence that they're lined up properly. Tina, tell us what they're doing with these golf clubs.
Well, the most basic and best way to check your alignment is to put 2 clubs down on the ground. The most important club is this one here that is right by the golf ball. That is going to be pointing directly at your target. You're going to put another club down parallel to this one. Now your feet don't have to be right on the club, but they do have to be perfectly parallel, as well as your knees, hips, and shoulders. Very, very important, because you want to be facing down your target line. The ball here is going to be right at this club, which is pointed directly at your target. The club head needs to be directly perpendicular to this club right here. And once you realize, and once you are ensured that that club face is directly perpendicular and everything else is parallel, you know that your alignment is correct.
Well, they've got a good grip and they've got good alignment. You're well on your way to playing some good golf.
Since putting accounts for 50% of your shots, the fastest way to improve your golf game is to improve your putting. And now you can have the perfect tool to do just that. It's called the Perfect Link.
The Perfect Link is one of the best things that I've come across in years. It's simple and it's easy, and then I can sink just some putts that I never thought I could before.
The Perfect Link is perfect for keeping your wrists where they should be. They don't break.
A recent survey of PGA professionals rated the Perfect Link extremely high in the categories of durability, quality, and overall game improvement. The Perfect Link also earned the coveted seal of approval from the PGA Tour Partners Club.
I really like the Perfect Link because it keeps my left wrist from breaking and gives me that smooth pendulum swing every time.
I'm always looking for ways to improve my game, and I definitely found it in the Perfect Link.
You'll sink more putts, lower your scores, and enjoy the game more. Order your Perfect Link today. Call now.
This commercial changed my life.
It all started when I used this free research service.
A computer and a desire to succeed is all you need.
With all the money I made, I bought a new home and a new car.
I love the freedom my home business offers.
Not working from home? Then you're missing out on your share of a billion-dollar industry. Visit this website now.
I make over $9,000 a month working part-time.
I make over $5,000 a month.
Start making more from your home today.
Log on to 94gogreen.com now.
All new on Golf Channel. Michael Breed keeps it fast-paced and interactive.
The reason why you're hitting it high is because you're adding loft, and you're adding loft because you're getting rid of all your power back here.
From celebrity swings to your swing, Breed's got a quick fix for what's wrong with your game.
You want to hit down on it.
Taking your calls and answering your emails live.
So if you really want to get better, you want to learn this game, stick around.
The Golf Fix, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern on Golf Channel. Golf Channel, next week. The Big Fijian is back, and so is Bill Murray at the star-studded AT&T Pebble Beach National Pro-Am. Next Thursday and Friday at 2:30 and 8:30 Eastern, exclusively on Golf Channel.
Brandel, not to be overlooked in terms of importance to playing very good golf are ball position and posture, but we're going to start with ball position.
And there's a little bit of debate about where the proper place is to put the ball so that you make good contact. Even on tour, you'll see players with the ball in the middle of their stance, and typically these players will have more of a narrow stance, like a Hale Irwin. You'll see players with the ball well up in their stance, and typically these players have a wider stance and a more aggressive leg drive, like a Tiger Woods or a Jack Nicklaus.
Exactly. I like a very simplified rule of thumb, and what I'm going to have you do is take your regular stance, not worrying about where the ball is.
Okay.
Bend over and let your arms really, really dangle, very relaxed.
All right, I can do that.
Perfect.
All right.
Now go ahead and put them together.
All right.
And you grab the club right there.
Well, that's too simple.
Don't you think? Now, a lot of times, players might feel uncomfortable still and maybe not real sure if they have the proper ball position. So what I'd like you to do in order to check yourself is go ahead and just rest the club on your right shoulder.
Just like that?
Exactly. And very, very conscientious about very relaxed forearms.
Okay.
And then just kind of let the club fall in front of you, and where it touches the ground is your correct position.
All right.
Exactly.
Just like that. Okay.
See how relaxed your arms are.
So you really want a spot where you're not reaching for the ball, which causes a lot of tension in your forearms and shoulders.
Right.
And nor do you want to be too close, which causes you to get out over the ball. You want to be in a spot where you can consistently and comfortably get set up.
Exactly, and it's important to have a way to also check yourself to ensure that you are in the proper position, because it's all about confidence, knowing that you're in a proper starting position.
All right, Tina, we've measured off from the golf ball. We're in a pretty comfortable spot. But how do we know for sure where we're going to bottom out and what the proper place is for the ball? Do you have a drill for this?
I do. I have the best drill for this. Go ahead and just take some very natural, easy practice swings, paying very close attention to where on the ground the club bottoms out.
All right.
Very good. Now I think we've determined that the club is bottoming out right about here. That's where the ball position should be in your setup.
So you find out where you're contacting the turf based on your athletic ability and how you swing and release the club, and then you set the ball just in front of that.
Exactly, because that's where you're going to have the most solid contact as per your practice swings.
Well, that's way too simple.
Don't you think?
Now we've got good ball position. We're measured off from the ball. We've got good grip and good alignment. What else is there?
Well, Brandel, next important is posture and stance. What I'd like you to do is, again, I'm going to take this from you.
Okay.
And get your feet just wide enough to where you are comfortable. We talked earlier about how the width of their stance varies. So whatever is comfortable for you.
You're right, Tina. The width does vary. I mean, there are players on tour and who've played the game, like Bobby Jones, who had a very narrow stance. And Hale Irwin, as I just mentioned. And then there are players who have a very wide stance, like Tiger Woods and Jack Nicklaus.
There are.
The point is comfort.
The point is comfort, and if you are a beginning golfer, or if you're not exactly sure what your ideal width is, my rule of thumb is just outside your shoulders, just outside the width of your shoulders. See how comfortable that is, and then you can take it from there in terms of playing with it a little bit.
You want to be in a position from which you can move freely from side to side.
Yes.
And after you've determined the proper width of your stance, what about knee flex and spine angle?
The most common thing I see when I ask a player to bend their knees is this. So now their toes disappear, the tops of their feet disappear. What I like to suggest is rotate the hips back, and it's like you're sitting in a chair. So now you have a very flat back, and you can see the tops of your feet, you can see your toes, and you're in a very athletic position that enables you to turn and move freely.
And when you do that, and that's a great visual, just pretend like you're almost sitting in a chair, you start to feel a little bit of tension, not a lot, but just a little bit of tension in your thighs and your calves, which tell you, listen, I'm about to do something athletic, aren't I?
Exactly. And once you are ensured that you're in that position, then you're able to worry about the club and gripping the club. But what's most important is to ensure that you do have that flat back.
And how about just spine tilt, just a comfortable amount? You obviously don't want to be bent over too much, and you don't want to be too tall, but just a comfortable amount. Isn't that right?
Very comfortable amount, and we can revert back to that drill that we just talked about the club being on the right shoulder and having it just fall forward. That will also determine your spine tilt.
So we've got a good grip, we've got good alignment, good ball position, good stance, good posture. This game ought to be pretty simple from this point on.
Well, we're going to be ready to go.
Struggling with credit card debt? Is it difficult just making your minimum payments? Tired of the harassing calls? If you're in substantial credit card debt and need help, call now and settle your accounts for less than you owe. Call the Hermosa Group today to find out how you can quickly and easily eliminate your debt for less than you owe. Life can be better. Call the Hermosa Group now. Get a low monthly payment that fits your budget. Call now.
Don't pay another mortgage payment or maintenance fee on your timeshare. Turn it into cash. Call Timeshares Only.
We got rid of those maintenance fees.
Thanks, Timeshares Only, for making it so easy.
At Timeshares Only, you'll find properties from the biggest names in the industry. If you want to buy, sell, or rent, call now.
No more mortgage payments, no more maintenance fees.
Thanks, Timeshares Only.
Call Timeshares Only and get your free information kit with our insider secrets to buying, selling, and renting timeshares, plus receive a free $100 gift card. Our thousands of satisfied customers have made us the largest resale marketplace in the world. Call Timeshares Only now.
Your free information kit with our 10 secrets on selling your timeshare is waiting. The over $5 billion sold in the past 6 months proves now could be the best time to sell. Call Timeshares Only today. Thank us tomorrow.
Call Timeshares Only now and get your free information kit. Turn your timeshare into cash and never pay another mortgage payment, maintenance fee, or tax bill again. Don't wait. Call now.
Call 800-311-0332. That's 800-311-0332. Call 800-311-0332 now.
The momentous power hitter. I think it's...
Thomas the Tank Engine is full steam ahead in an all-new stage show production. Thomas and Friends live on stage in A Circus Comes to Town. Thomas has made a big mistake and needs your help. A spectacular musical adventure for the whole family. Sing along to new songs and have trainloads of fun with Percy, James, Gordon, and of course, Thomas.
Comcast Arena at Everett and Key Arena at Seattle Center.
The fastest fast is here.
I said it was fast.
All I did was check my email.
I can't feel my face.
Prepare to be blown away with download speeds up to 50 megabits per second. The new Comcast high-speed internet has arrived with speeds doubling for most customers. It redefines fast forever.
Where's Timmy? Awesome! Can we do that again?
The new Comcast high-speed internet, now available in Washington.
Continues at the Buick Invitational. Coverage continues today, live at 12:30 p.m. Eastern, with an encore of CBS Sports coverage in prime time on Golf Channel.
Randall, let's get to the fun stuff.
All right.
Let's get to the full swing. We've got our basics, we've got our good setup, our
All
grip.
right.
Now it's time to have some fun.
I want to swing.
Okay, now first, what I'd like to talk about is that first move away from the ball. It's so crucial because that's what sets up the rest of the swing. So we need to make sure that we start it off very solidly. As a drill, I'm going to stand right back here and I'm just going to say, Randall, I just want you to pass me the club head. Just turn around and pass it to me.
All right.
Okay, perfect. Now, go ahead and look back at the ball. Look at what position you're in.
Well, I'm in a pretty good position, I think, to start the golf swing.
You are, and what have you had to think about but one major thought, very simple thought, turn and pass the club. You don't have to think about your weight transfer or keeping your eye on the ball or what your arms are doing. All you're going to do is turn and pass the club.
Just imagine that there's somebody back there and you're passing the club to them like so. What you've done is you've created some width and your body has moved in unison or in tandem in one move all the way back to here.
And you have not done anything with this triangle. If you were to bring the club back to in front of your body and set up, the square, or the club face is perfectly square.
Okay, so it's pretty simple. So you just, after you've taken a comfortable setup, you just imagine somebody's there and you're going to hand the club to them in this manner. All right, so we've got the first move away, and now what do we do?
Now that you're here at waist height, you're going to check your thumbs. Your thumbs are facing up, the toe of the club is facing up. All you have to think about is thumbs up, fold it up, to thumbs down.
All right.
Now the thumbs are facing down, so is the toe of the club. If the thumbs are not facing down, if you're like this, club face is closed at the top. If you're like this, club face is open. You can check yourself at the top to make sure the club face is square, not by having to look back at the club face, but just know where your thumbs are.
Well, if they've taken a good grip and they've, on the move away, just initiated the turn like that, and then they set the thumbs just like this at the top. They're in a good position from right there to attack the ball.
Exactly, and as you can see, the left shoulder is under the chin. It's not out in front of you. Left shoulder under the chin. You're still in a very nice athletic position. You haven't swayed because you're thinking of just turning and passing the club. You're ready to come back to the ball.
I see a lot of people ruin it from here, and typically they have that urge to fire with their shoulders. How do you resist that urge?
Well, a great tip that I like to incorporate is a drill where you take it to the top and all you're going to do is just let the arms drop. Don't do anything with the lower body, just let them drop.
Okay.
See how relaxed your arms are. You're not guiding the club, you're not trying to steer it. Your arms are very relaxed. The club is able to come back to the address position. If you were to stop right there at the address position, you would find that it's the same position as contact. You're just moving through the ball at contact. That's why address position is so important.
And when you let the club drop like this, it gets on the right track, it gets a little bit from the inside, and instinctively when you go to hit the ball, of course, your body will clear, but you've taken out the urge to hit from the top, which will kill so many shots.
Exactly, exactly. That's the kiss of death for that over-the-top move.
Okay, well, we've got the first move away, which is to right there. You just pretend somebody's behind you. You hand the club to them. You go up to the top, and your thumbs are in the down position, as you pointed out. Okay, a good drill is to just let the club drop in front of you.
Right.
So here we are at impact. And what's a nice way to think about impact and on to the finish of the golf swing?
Once you're comfortable with that drill, a very basic thought would be just roll the right toe under. In order to roll that right toe under, you need to turn onto the left foot. You're facing directly down your target line, and you're going to find yourself very, very balanced. All the weight is right in the middle of that left foot. The right toe is under, and you're going to find that you can hold that position all day.
You said balance, and that is the one thing that I notice first in amateur golfers and certainly in professional golfers is how efficiently they transfer their weight, and that leads to balance. And that's all the golf swing is. It's just a little move to the right and a little move to the left, and you want the weight on the middle of your foot. And if you do that, the toe just rolls right up, and you finish right over your left leg.
Exactly. I see a lot of students who kind of keep the hips out like this. They're very tense. They don't allow their body to finish completely. And after you're comfortable with that drill, like we discussed, all you need to do is let the body finish up to a nice balanced finished position with that right toe under.
All right, I've got a good grip. I've got a good setup. We've talked about the golf swing. Can I hit a ball?
I would love it. I would love it.
I've been itching to hit a ball here for a while. I love a wide open range in a non-judgmental crowd. Tad thin, but I got it airborne.
Attention, all Medicare beneficiaries who need assistance getting around their homes. There is a Medicare benefit that may qualify you for a new power chair or scooter at little to no cost to you. Imagine one scooter or power chair that could improve your mobility and your life. One Medicare benefit that, with private insurance, may entitle you to pay little to nothing to own it. One company that can make it all happen.
Your power chair will be paid in full.
The Scooter Store.
Hi, I'm Dan Weston. We're experts at getting you the scooter or power chair you need. In fact, if we pre-qualify you for Medicare reimbursement and Medicare denies your claim, we'll give you your new power chair or scooter free.
I didn't pay a penny out of pocket for my power chair. With help from the Scooter Store, Medicare and my insurance covered it all.
Call the Scooter Store for free information today.
Call 1-866-365-5048 for free information. That number again is 1-866-365-5048.
How many courses did you call before you found one that wasn't too far, wasn't too expensive, had a driving range, and could squeeze you in between 10 and 11? Maybe you should have just gone to golfnow.com and got it all in one shot. Get tee times at thousands of courses nationwide, online 24 hours a day.
Book tee times at great Southern California courses like Steel Canyon.
If you're in debt to the IRS for $10,000 or more, you don't have to take desperate measures to settle your account.
All you have to do is put the right people to work for you, and that's as simple as calling this number. You'll speak to a tax expert who can help you negotiate a settlement that's significantly less than the actual amount you owe.
They saved my business.
I owed $30,000 and paid a fraction of it.
Call this number and get your case settled for less. Now, you only have a small window of time to settle, so act now.
all new on Golf Channel. Michael Breed keeps it fast-paced and interactive.
The reason why you're hitting it high is because you're adding loft, and you're adding loft because you're getting rid of all your power back here.
From celebrity swings to your swing, Breed's got a quick fix for what's wrong with your game.
You want to hit down on it.
Taking your calls and answering your emails live.
So if you really want to get better, you want to learn this game, stick around.
The Golf Fix, Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern on Golf Channel.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Don Cheadle. You're watching the Golf Channel.
Well, we've talked about some very basic elements in the golf swing today, however, very important elements to playing some very good golf. Now, the reason why it's so important to simplify is because if you're swinging with a lot of very complicated thoughts going through your head, you tend to get a little tense, and inevitably that swing and the tempo speeds up a little bit, and nothing good happens when you have a tempo that is too fast.
Well, you're right, Tina. You go out on the range, and yes, this is the place that you need to work on technique. This is the place where you need to get all those things that we talked about and get them right. But finish off every session with about 5 minutes where all you think about is rhythm and tempo. I've had the opportunity this year to watch a lot of golf. Players on the regular tour, the ladies tour, the champions tour, it doesn't matter. The one thing that all of the best players, the players who play the most consistently week in and week out, have in common is rhythm and tempo. They may have different swing philosophies, they may grip it differently or set up differently, but they all, even if their tempos are a little fast like a Nick Price or slower like an Ernie Els or a Jay Haas, they all have their own unique tempo and rhythm. They all make a big, full, beautiful backswing and let it gather and have not just just slightly discernible pause at the top before they start down. I think it's so important to playing good golf, playing consistent golf, because a good rhythm and a good tempo, to do that, first of all, you have to have relaxed arms and a relaxed grip, but it allows you time to recover from a mistake. And that's really what this game is all about, is playing your misses, managing your mistakes.
And you know, it's easier for us to sit here and talk about the importance of tempo, but how do you really ingrain a good rhythm and a good tempo? What I like to do is I'll go out on the practice tee and I'll hit a large bucket of balls playing a very smooth song on a Walkman. Nothing too fast because my tempo is a little slower and a little smoother, so I will pick songs that match my tempo, go ahead and hit many balls with these songs going on in my head, and then I will go play the round of golf with a certain song in my head as I'm making my swing.
Well, you know, they didn't have Walkmans in Sam Snead's day, but Sam liked to say that he played golf with a waltz in his head. Jimmy DeMeritt, similarly, liked to play golf with a song in his head, and I think that's a good way to go about it, really. Just have a nice rhythm. We're talking, I mean, something along the Lawrence Welk range, really, not the AC/DC range, which certainly has its place. You know, that's pretty good stuff, but not on the golf course, don't you think? I mean, it just gets you a little quick. You want a nice rhythm, a nice beat in your head. You know, sometimes invariably, you know, when I go to the golf course, there'll be my favorite song on. You get out that day and you go out and you shoot 66. You have a good day and you think, I don't know why, but for some reason today I had good rhythm and tempo, and it's the song in your head. You know, Richard Zokol used to do this. He used to play golf with the Walkman on his head in tour events. So it is a wonderful tip.
I agree, and I've found a lot of students have really been able to ingrain their tempo by doing just that. It's a very, again, simplified way to go about it, but you really can make this game as complicated or as simple as you want. And it's very important to enjoy the game of golf, so I guarantee you, if you go out there and you don't have all these thoughts going through your head, you're able to make your nice rhythmic swing with good tempo, you're going to enjoy the game of golf a lot more.
I got a chance when I was in college to go out and watch Harvey Pinnock teach a little bit. And I think there is, you've used this word a lot, it keeps coming up, simple. There's genius in his simplicity. And certainly he would give a thought or two on the range, but in the end he said when you get on the golf course, keep it simple. Think about rhythm, think about tempo, think about your target. They'll have more fun, won't they, Tina?
Yes, they definitely will. Brandel, I want to thank you so much for joining us today. You really demonstrated exactly.
I was trying. I'm not that coachable, but I was trying.
You did a great job. Thank you so much.
Thank you. It was fun.
And thank you for tuning in to the Golf Channel Academy.